Johnson's cell was a crystalline cage suspended in the void between stars. Through its transparent walls, he could see the sprawling fleet of the Zephyrian Empire massive bioships that pulsed with bioluminescent veins, each one a testament to their dominance over this sector of the galaxy. He'd been a prisoner for 3 standard months, ever since his reconnaissance vessel had stumbled into their territory. The Zephyrians were insectoid, elegant in their own terrifying way, with chitinous exoskeletons that shimmered like oil on water and compound eyes that saw through lies as easily as they saw through flesh. The door to his cell dissolved without warning. 6 royal guards entered, their mandibles clicking in perfect synchronization. Behind them floated Queen Zarathis herself, her massive form adorned with bioluminescent patterns that denoted her royal bloodline. Human Johnson, her voice resonated through the neural translator implanted in his skull. You have survived longer than we anticipated. Your species is resilient. Johnson stood, refusing to show weakness. If you're here to kill me, just get it over with. The Queen's antennae twitched amusement. His translator informed him. Quite the opposite. I come with a proposition that will grant you freedom. I'm listening. My daughter, Princess Oliviarex, is widowed. Her mate died defending our colony world from the Crethean scourge. She requires a new consort, and I believe a human might prove suitable. Johnson's mind raced. This had to be a trap, some elaborate form of psychological torture. Why would you want a human to marry into your royal family? The Queen moved closer, her massive form somehow graceful in the zero-gravity chamber. Because, human, I have studied your species extensively since your capture. You possess something my people have bred out of ourselves over millennia: unpredictability. Creativity born from chaos. My daughter needs more than another Zephyrian warrior. She needs someone who thinks differently. And if I refuse, then you remain here until your body fails you. Humans live such brief lives, perhaps another 40 of your years if you're fortunate. Johnson clenched his fists. 40 years in a crystalline cage, or marriage to an alien princess he'd never met. The HFY Stories from Earth's military academies had never covered this scenario. I want to meet her first, he said. The Queen's mandibles spread approval. Wise, come. Princess Oliviarex was smaller than her mother, roughly twice Johnson's height, with a more streamlined exoskeleton that bore intricate scars from combat. She stood in what appeared to be a garden chamber, tending to bizarre alien flora that glowed with internal light. She turned as they approached, and Johnson saw something in her compound eyes he hadn't expected: grief. Raw and unmistakable, even across species, Mother Oliviarex said, her voice softer than the Queen's. This is unnecessary, daughter. You cannot lead our people while carrying this weight alone. The Council demands you take a new mate. Oliviarex's attention shifted to Johnson. For a long moment, she studied him, her antennae moving in complex patterns. You are very small and soft. How did your species ever survive to achieve spaceflight? Johnson couldn't help but laugh. We're stubborn, and we refuse to quit, even when the universe tells us we should. Something flickered in her expression. My mate said something similar before he died. He refused to retreat when the Cretheans outnumbered his unit 10-1. He bought enough time for 3,000 civilians to evacuate. Her voice cracked. Stubborn fool. Johnson understood then. This wasn't about politics or breeding programs. This was about a mother trying to help her daughter heal, and a daughter trapped by duty. I'm sorry for your loss, he said quietly. I lost my entire crew when we were captured. 23 people who trusted me to bring them home. Oliviarex tilted her head. You understand then? Yeah, I do. The Queen observed them both with calculating eyes. Then you will accept my offer? Johnson looked at Oliviarex. Really looked at her. She was alien, terrifying by human standards, a creature from nightmares. But she was also someone drowning in grief and duty, just like him. I have conditions, he said. The Queen's antennae stiffened. You dare negotiate with— Let him speak, Mother, Oliviarex interrupted. Johnson took a breath. First, this won't be a real marriage. Not at first. We'll be partners, allies. If something more develops, fine. But I won't pretend to replace someone she loved. Acceptable. Oliviarex said before her mother could respond. Second, I want access to your communication systems. I need to send a message to Earth. Let them know I'm alive. The Queen considered this. You may send one message, heavily monitored. If you reveal our position or capabilities, the arrangement ends. Fair enough. Third, Johnson met Olivia RX's eyes. I want to learn about him, your mate. If we're going to do this, I should know who he was for the first time. Olivia RX's mandibles spread in what the translator interpreted as a genuine smile. That would honor his memory. The Queen looked between them, and Johnson could swear he saw satisfaction in her alien features. Then it is settled. You will be wed in 3 solar cycles. Use that time to know each other. As the Queen departed, Johnson and Olivia RX stood in awkward silence among the glowing plants. You didn't have to agree to that last part, she finally said. Yeah, I did. Where I come from, we believe that love doesn't die when people do. It lives on in stories, in memories. Your mate deserves to be remembered. Olivia RX's antennae quivered. You are a strange creature, Johnson of Earth. So I've been told. She extended a clawed-handed gesture she'd clearly learned was human. Johnson took it, her exoskeleton cool and smooth against his skin. Perhaps, she said, this arrangement will not be as terrible as I feared. Johnson smiled. High praise. I'll take it. As they stood there, prisoner and princess, human and alien, Johnson realized that maybe the HFY Stories had it right all along. Humanity's greatest strength wasn't physical power or advanced technology. It was the ability to find connection in the most impossible circumstances, to adapt, to survive. And somehow, against all odds, to hope, freedom, he decided, came in many forms. And sometimes it arrived wearing a chitinous exoskeleton and carrying the weight of grief. Sometimes it arrived exactly when you needed it most, the end.